Nacho Alfaro. I'm from Heredia, Costa Rica, and I'm a goalkeeper for Iona men's soccer.
Well, I'm Matias Morales. I'm from Buenos Aires, Argentina, and I play as an offensive midfielder for Iona College.
My name is Federico Russo. I am from Venezuela, the capital city of Venezuela, which is Caracas. And now I'm here at Iona men's soccer.
I decided to came here in 2017 when I graduated from high school. One of my friends was making the steps to come here, so I get a lot of interest in that. Then I make my debut professionally in Costa Rica, so I put the plan to come here in plan B. And when COVID and all the things start, I decided to make the plan to come here again. My family helped me a lot in that stuff, and also I came with an agency that helped me find the coaches here at Iona. The agency know a lot of coaches here around the United States, but they had a very good relationship with the Iona coaches at that time last season. So I decided to come here.
I came here, I was playing in Argentina for Racing Club de Avellaneda. I played there for 10 years. The last year I wasn't able to sign a contract for them. I talked with an agency that told me the opportunity to come here to study and to be able to play too, something that is impossible to do in Argentina right now. I decided to come here. I went to Queen's University in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I was there for a year and a half. And after that, I had a great season there. We were regional champions there. And I decided to come here to Iona. I talked with the coach James and Victor. I decided to come here a year and a half ago.
So I moved 4 years ago. I was 18 years old, and I moved straight from Venezuela to Missouri, which is where I went to college for my first year and a half. So I played 2 seasons there, and then I wanted something different. I wanted something better, a better level of soccer. So I decided to go into the transfer portal. That's how it works. You talk to your coach, you tell him that you want to leave. He signs kind of a transfer release, and then that's when the tough, moments come, because you have to start emailing and reaching out to coaches and showing them your video and your stats and all the things that matter to see if they want to recruit you or not. And then 2 weeks in, I came in contact with Coach James Hamilton here, and from the first moment, we had a great connection with him and the other member of the coaching staff. So that just made everything easier, and now I ended up here.
I started playing soccer since 3 years old. My father was also a professional soccer goalkeeper in Costa Rica. My beginnings in soccer was in a team called Heredia, that right now it's one of the biggest clubs in Costa Rica. And then I moved to another teams over there to play professional too, before I came here.
When I decided to leave Queens, because I was really happy there, the idea was to do a step forward in my career. So, James and Victor contacted me. They told me about the style of play and the idea they had to be the first team in our conference, and that's what I wanted to my career. So, and then after all, of course, being in New York, it's also an important thing. And they told me about how was the community here, how was the group, how close were the teammates, and the culture. So I decided to get here, and I think it was a great idea.
When I was 16 years old, I was able to make my professional debut back home, and that was definitely a goal of mine. But then when I graduated high school, I was 18 years old, and I decided that one of the best paths for me was to come to the States because I also wanted to focus on my education. I thought that was something important to have. And in this country is probably the one country where you can do that at a high level, which you can get a great education, but also play soccer and play any sport at a top level. So I think that was a huge opportunity, and I'm glad I took it.
I took the decision to come here because in Costa Rica it's very difficult to study and play it at the same time. Even though I tried 1 year before I came here, it was so hard. So I think that the United States give the student athletes a lot of opportunities at the time of studying and also playing soccer. Also at the same time, if I decided to stay in Costa Rica, one moment of my life I would need to decide between soccer or study, because as I told you, it's very difficult to study and play professional. So that's why I think that United States and the opportunity of college is one of the best decisions I've made in my life.
In Argentina, I went to a school that we had English from an early age, so I knew how to read everything, how to understand everything, but it was hard to talk and to have classes in another language and do everything in another language at all.
The part of the language was not the hardest because I had gone to like a bilingual school back home. What it was very hard was the difference in culture, because I came straight to one of the most American parts of the US, if that's okay to say. Missouri is, the Midwest, and it's very different to what it can be either in the East or the West. The weather was tough because, as you know, in Venezuela there's no seasons, and in Missouri they had all 4 seasons, so my first winter was pretty tough to get used to. But, in general, it was a good experience.
As you know, Spanish is my first language. Also in Costa Rica, since the beginning, my parents made a lot of effort to put me in bilingual schools. So at the time when I came here, it was very easy to adapt to the day-by-day in college and also in the United States, that English is the first language. It's always difficult to have the family in another country. In my case, when I came here, I create like a second family with all the teammates in the team, because they are dealing with the same situation of me with a family in another country. So we support us a lot when we deal with all these difficult situations. And also with the technology nowadays, we have the opportunity to call them at any time by video call or just a phone call.
Well, yeah, of course. It was difficult at the beginning because it's another culture, another language. So it takes me like some months to adapt to these new things. But of course, then you go to the field and you start being with your teammates and everything, and that gets everything much easier. And also, it's hard sometimes because of the family. I have my fathers, my 2 brothers in Argentina. So I live like all my life with them, and it's hard to come and not see them like for a year sometimes. But at the end, it's something that I decide. It's 4 years. It's the future I want.
Yeah, so living away from family is definitely something that is very, very hard as an international student. When you're growing up, you're used to having your parents day in and day out, cooking for you, cleaning after you. So obviously when you come to live by yourself, little by little you start picking up things that you have to improve, and you end up improving, because then that it ends up being your life, and if you want your life to be good, you have to do all these things, such as clean after yourself, cook, be organized in terms of, so you can do everything. You don't have anyone telling you what to do or when to do it. You're kind of by yourself in that way. Also when it comes to the difficult moments in life that we all have, you're used to having your parents there, telling you it's gonna be okay, and giving you all these advice for you to, go through these tough moments. But when you're by yourself, you kind of have to deal with it on your own. If you're lucky enough, like me, to have nice friends that you can talk to, that's amazing, but sometimes that's not the case, and you want to talk more like family members, which you don't have around. So it is definitely a big challenge.
I'm very close to my family, so I used to FaceTime with them all the days because I like to be in touch with them and see how they're doing. In the locker room, I also have a picture of my family that helped me remind that they are close to me even though they're in Costa Rica. Also, I'm a Catholic person. When I was in Costa Rica, I used to go to church every Sunday with my family. And here at Iona College, I have the same opportunity to go every Sunday to the Holy Family Church, that it's close to the college.
I live with 4 teammates Spanish teammates in my house, and of course that is a very important thing here, like living with them, because we all like share things. We are all day together, hanging out. Also, when someone has a problem, we try to help them, and that's an amazing thing to have, like to be living with them and also be playing in the team. It's a nice thing, and I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, so I love going to Manhattan. I love to walk around, go to Central Park, go to Battery Park. Walking around is like a big thing for me, and for my friends. We love just going out and walking around and getting to know new places, but also dining, so trying different restaurants and going to eat is like a very important thing that we do when we go over there.
In my free time, I enjoy playing Fortnite and FIFA with my teammates. Sometimes they come to my dorm and play ping pong, or I go to their house and play basketball at the backyard. And something related with soccer, I coach little kids in Ronald's Island.
Well, after soccer, I almost all day watching soccer, but if not, I like to listen music. I like to drink mate too. It's becoming popular in our teammates now. That type of things, be with friends, doing things together as a group, hanging out with them, and that kind of things. Mate is it's similar to a tea. It's made in a cup, but it's really important in Argentina because of the cultural thing. Like sharing that is like a moment that you can talk with your teammate and start talking about things, sharing opinions, and well, that's like the importance of mate. And I think here all the boys start with it because they understand that culture of the mate. So I'm very happy that they started to do it too.
My goal is to be a professional soccer player, and this being my last season, it kind of already puts a lot of pressure to it. So the way I'm looking at it is just trying to enjoy every moment that I have here as my last semester as a student athlete. Take all the good things, focus on the day-to-day, not put more pressure than what there is already. So that's basically how I'm taking it. Just enjoying day by day and appreciating the good things.